All right. Hey, you know what we're going to be talking about today? Something that most people don't consider, and they probably don't have coverage in the policy. Chris, what are we talking about today? And welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Love talking about this stuff. Obviously, we want to educate as much as we can.
Yeah.
So we're talking about two important tests that happens usually between a fire claim and a water claim, and
Okay.
that's going to be an asbestos testing and then also a mold testing.
Right.
And if that's present, there can be some more costs incurred with it because it get pretty expensive.
That might
So
not be covered depending on your policy, right? Most
yeah,
insurance policies will cover asbestos from my experience and what I've seen. However, mold, that's a whole different animal, and you
hmm
really got to fight for that. And the other thing too is mold is usually limited. So insurance companies will say, "Hey, yeah, we'll pay for mold," but sometimes they'll limit it to $5,000 or $10,000. And
hmm
sometimes, like I went into a property, this was many, many years ago, and the whole basement was full. Like I bet if there was 600 square feet of wall, 20 of the square feet weren't covered in mold. Like it was
wow,
insane. It was just like, holy crap. Like I was like, I got to get out of here. I might die because it's so bad, right? And I'm going to
wow.
tell you, that's going to cost more than $5,000. It's probably going to cost more than $10,000. So you want to be
hmm
very cognizant of the type of loss you have and the consequential damage that could occur because of that
hmm
loss. But most importantly, read your policy and see what's in your policy because you may or may not be covered.
Yeah.
And the testing is the most important part to see how detrimental it could be to your health, to your property, and
hmm
contractors that are worth their salt. If you hire the right one, then they will do the testing up front because they know that's a requirement and just good protocol for safety and health hazard protocol. So make sure you have a good contractor, you read your policy, but then know what the possibility is for sequential damage because of that type of loss.
Yeah.
You want to get somebody involved as soon as possible. What say you, Chris?
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we're here for. Definitely get involved. But also, we just want to set the expectations too that if, mold is present or if asbestos is present, they actually have to remove it. It's called abatement. And so
Right,
basically, there's that portion of it could be covered, could not be covered, but also just expect natural delays versus just regular delays, just because in order to protect everyone's safety, in order to rebuild it. And basically, a lot of times adjusters won't even step into the house until it's completely removed. So just
right.
know that going into this. That's why you want to make sure that someone can have everything coordinated quick, fast, working with the right people. And that's who we are. So,
Yeah, that's right. And just like you said, Chris, getting that mitigated, remediated, whatever you want to call it, there is specific protocol for that. And sometimes with asbestos, like you have to create a containment. And like, I mean, it
mm,
can get really crazy and really expensive. So make sure you have that coverage. If you have bought a property, I forgot exactly the date. I know 1978 was lead-based paint, but at a certain
mm,
point, they stopped using asbestos in construction for good reason. But then after that, it also
mm,
you have to worry a little less about it, but you still have to be concerned, especially if you have old school tiles, the
yeah.
vinyl tiles that might still have it in there. So there's all sorts of things that go into it. Just like Chris said, bellatorclaims.com. If you run into an issue that you need help on because the insurance company's not being fair, or you want to get us involved at the very beginning, which is what we prefer because then we can
Mm,
navigate the ship. Bellatorclaims.com. Do us a favor, we're trying to get this message to a million people. If it's
mm,
contractors, insureds, property managers, please share this message so people can be informed and empowered. We're trying to empower
mm.
the insured and contractors so they can win against the insurance company. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, everyone.